Hello, this is Benjamin John Pope. This is the very first Reason Propeller Heads tutorial, or Propeller Heads Reason. All this is about is setting up your synthesizers and opening Reason. I have Reason 10. You double click it. The information of the application appears, and then this is what appears. So this is your sequencer, that's your synthesizer list, but we're not going to go into detail about it. I'm going to show you exactly how to begin your rack. And what you do is you right click for the options, and you need to go to utilities, mixer 14 channels. So mixer 14.2, there's your mixer. You now want to put effects. If you don't put your synthesizer first, according to the mixer, then you have to do it later, but you have to go to effects and pick 4 of them. So I picked reverb, scream 4, equalizer and delay. But what's happened is these access channels, or lift, or whatever you want to call it, according to changing the ratio, is in the section here to your right. And all of these channels and whatever synthesizers connected to them can be changed with these effects according to your red, buttons basically, or movement pieces that lower or higher. And what's happened is the wires of the system have automatically been added to the remixer, which is your mixing table. But if I press tab, you understand it more. Right, these are the backings of your synthesizers and your mixer and your effects. But the mixer one, if you click this here, that is under your master selection. You need to send it to a direct out, and you can pull wires over to it. But what happened was, this reverb effect, this scream destruction unit effect, the equalizer and the delay line automatically attached itself to these pieces and attached the output and the input to your mixing table. And then from now on, if you set it up as I did, you can add your instruments. So Redrum Computer. Redrum Computer is your drum machine, but we're talking about connections. So this mix piece that's appeared, if you hit tab, you now see the direct out. So grab your left one or your right one, pull it up to your first mixer, bang, linked. And now the redrum is in your first channel. So just to verify it, I'm going to use another synthesizer, but you can then add effects to each synthesizer. This is a drum machine. Really, it's not a synthesizer, it's a drum machine, but you could class it as a synthesizer. So, effects, just for example, digital reverb. Now that effect is attached to your mixer. So that effect is exactly the same as the effect attached to your mixing desk, but it's attached to the exact redrum machine. So what it means is you can use two versions of the reverb, but then you don't need to use the one, if you don't want to, in the mixing desk. What this lesson is about, and I am speaking fast, so I'll slow down a little bit. This lesson is about making sure your links automatically connect according to your wire system, and you press tab to show your wire system. So just to demonstrate how you connect to the mixer again, instruments, grindable synthesizer. See? And this is the part you attach to your mixing desk, which you go to direct out and put it to the input of the mixer, like that. Tab again, there it is in the second channel. Just to definitely define effects, let's say bass amp, and there it is. And if you press tab, sure enough, it's connected to your synthesizer. Just to show you a different version of how to control your synthesizers. So instruments, we'll go for the NXXT, and if we press tab, this isn't attached to your mixer, but we're going to attach it. Third channel, sure enough, it's there. But normally you control your synthesizers and sounds with hardware. Now I can't teach you that because I don't really use hardware. I mean like keyboards and stuff. But what I do use is Utilities Matrix Pattern Sequencer. But if you want to use a pattern sequencer, you need to add it underneath your synthesizer. Bang! Now that's linked to the gate. Hold on. Yeah, it's linked to the gate and the CV. But you need that to be added underneath your synthesizer. And now you have a basic knowledge of how you set up a rack to make each sound of the synthesizers be shown inside of the mixer, but really you've also learned how to control the sounds with the Matrix sequencer. I advise going to the next tutorial to go through this again, but then to make a little bit of music. But we've basically learned how to automatically connect your wires with exact correct adding of synthesizers and the Matrix Pattern Sequencer and linking them to your mixer. Thank you for listening.